Racing pigeons are descendants from reptiles. Now, that brings a unique set of skills with it. Racing pigeons are able to combat or negotiate extremely cold and windy situations for a period of time. Now, that brings me to my point of discussion for the day. I want to look at two concepts, the one of dehydration and the one of hyperventilation. Now, the feathering of a pigeon, and more specifically, the body feathers. And when I'm talking about body feathers, I'm talking about all the feathering apart from the wings, but it also includes the wing, is the first line of defense for a racing pigeon against the extreme cold. So without the body feathers and the whole coverage of feathers, it won't be able to fly high in the sky when even on a hot day, it's always cold. Now, yesterday I spoke about pigeons arriving from a race, and on arrival, when they hit the landing board, they seem to fall over or walk on or support their walk on their wings. Now, when that happens, I'm never happy about it, because it's not right. A pigeon shouldn't do that. So thank you for all the feedback, especially from the experienced guys. You can always listen to them. So most of them said that dehydration was the cause of the falling over. Now, here's my take on it. So I agree that it can be a part of it, but when I tell something, I usually tell it from my own experience or experience speaking to great fanciers. So I had it many times that I visited fanciers and they had the falling over problem in mass. So every time I just changed the composition of the feed, and voila, it was settled and over with. So yes, dehydration can be a problem, but because racing pigeons descend from reptiles and bring certain specific skill sets, they can last without water, can you believe it, these beautiful creatures, for up to 3 days. Now, that is not to say they can perform, but they can live and they can go without water for 3 days. So that's quite a long time. So in my opinion, a dehydrated pigeon will not be able to fly. And if it can, it will fly for 500 meters and just go and sit and die there. So, like I said, the falling over, I've seen it many times over. It's in the composition of the food. Now, I don't want to get too specific because I don't want to start another war, and I'm not looking for conflict. However, if you want to personally engage with me with regards to the falling over, I'll be happy to address your questions. Now, very important to me is the concept of hyperventilation. Now, dehydration is when the body loses water quicker than it takes it in, and hyperventilation is a situation caused by, say, lung problems, and it's when a pigeon starts to breathe in and breathe out rapidly, and it doesn't want to stop. Now, I've spoken to vets over many years, and the consensus was that if a pigeon is not fully through the molt, especially around the neck area, and is not fully covered by body feathers, when it flies high up in the sky in the cold, it tends to hyperventilate, and then it just go down, and they usually cannot take off again. They die. So that brings me to my last point, and that is the loss of young pigeons and also older pigeons. That's why I always say, don't jump the gun and start too early in the season. You will lose the pigeon if it's not fully molted because of hyperventilation, not because it's a bad pigeon. I hope you have a great day and enjoy your pigeons.